You still remember how to do this?
Oh, I do.
Do you? Do you really want to remember how to do this?
Yeah, what a great day to be back behind the mic of 50,000 watts of sheer power.
Baby.
With all the good people of Connecticut. Hey, Ray, do you remember the story of McArthur Wheeler? That was the bank robber who thought his face would be invisible if he covered it with lemon juice.
Well, this is worth having you in anyway. Okay.
Well, he wasn't invisible, and he was caught. And this inspired the research of Dunning-Kruger titled Unskilled and Unaware of It. From this, we launch into 3 tips that will make your boss a raving fan. My boss, my customer begins right after weather and sports here on WTIC, your coaching connection.
Oh, my. And this, of course, is Star Power. And Alden was an engineer by training, but now goes all over the country and the world, for that matter, doing these. And we get it for nothing.
Building better
Except donuts.
businesses.
We do it for donuts.
Yeah, Sam was there baking away this morning.
It's still called Luke's Donuts.
Still Luke's Donuts.
Okay, it's Luke's Donuts Country Club at West Avon. And you can stop in. It's a good place to hang out. A lot of people hang out in the morning, have coffee, little breakfast sandwich.
Saturday morning crew.
Or delicious donuts. So there you go. So thanks to them. They're the official donut purveyor of the Saturday morning show when I get around to getting on. All right, it's 7:12. We'll take a break. Kevin Nathan has Morning Sports, World Series. Houston won one last night. Alden Davis is here. So you've been in where? Akron, Ohio. Where have you been?
Oh, man, we were Winnipeg and Milwaukee and Erie and Myrtle Beach for
How is
the Safety
Erie?
Trade Show.
You think of Ohio as being sort of Pennsylvania,
Erie, well,
somewhat depressed.
So Erie, the people seemed happy there. I didn't realize Erie Insurance is the big employer there. So there's a vibrant core. Who knew? I actually got to go an hour outside of it to a town called Corey.
Oh, yeah?
I mean, it was great. Great.
Anyway, this is what Alden does. And so, you pay him an incredible amount of money, and he will
yeah, right.
He's able then to do this for nothing. All right, so what are we doing? What's this Star Power thing we're doing today?
Well, my boss, my customer. All right, Ray. It's a wonderful day for Star Power Coaching to take a few minutes to up our game and ensure we are always positioned to thrive. It has been so long. Remember, Star Power. It's the 5-point model designed to get us into action.
Okay.
Your copy awaits at myvaluetree.com. Coach is back, ready to go. Buckle up because I have an important tip for your success. Here it is. Treat your boss as your customer. While maybe an obvious truth, it is one easily forgotten in the daily press of work. Sometimes our boss is viewed as our adversary, the bane of our existence.
Bad idea.
If this has happened to you, it is time for a shift. My job today is to equip you with 3 tips that will make your boss a raving fan so that you are always the provider of first choice. Our session begins with the adventure of McArthur Wheeler, 44-year-old bank robber.
Great story.
In 1995, McArthur knew the miracle of invisible ink. You know it, Ray? Yeah. Well, no, if you write with lemon juice, it's unseen.
But
if you hold it over heat, the letters appear. Well, it seemed logical to McArthur that if he covered his face with lemon juice, he would be invisible to the bank cameras.
I love this.
What a shock to find out he was wrong when the police arrested him later that day. Right. McArthur's confident incompetence inspired 2 Cornell University psychologists, Dunning and Kruger, to research this phenomenon. Their paper was titled Unskilled and Unaware of It.
Yeah.
The major finding is that incompetent people are more confident. They don't even have the skills required to realize they're incompetent. Well, I saw this in action this week. While Dr. Annette was presenting a paper at Penn State, I stopped by one of the local coffee places frequented by students. A lot of students. What amazed me was the total lack of customer service awareness displayed by the guy who delivers the catered lunches. The place leaves much to be desired when it comes to flow and efficiency, forcing customers into a corner to pick up bagels and beverages.
Okay.
The delivery guy rolls up his oversized cart right into the corner in front of the customer counter to pick up his catered items, forcing each of us to reach over about 4 feet. across his cart to pick up our items. He was totally oblivious to the people standing there. Customers? Oh, man, we were getting in the way of the work he had to do. It was such a pathetic mess that I chose to go somewhere else for my afternoon work, a place that provided a much better customer experience.
Huh.
Our goal is to differentiate ourselves through service. Each of us has a boss relative to some aspect of our life. My boss is an important person to me because of the influence held over my daily experience. In reality, my boss is paying me for services rendered. How would your work change if you viewed your boss as your customer? Coach recently read an article at businesstocommunity.com titled 50 Provoking Customer Experience Stats. I offer 3 tips for your consideration. 70% of best-in-class companies use customer feedback versus 29% for laggards. Tip 1, ask your boss for feedback. Hey, boss, how am I doing? You happy with my work, boss? What could I do better, boss? Problem here is the Dunning-Kruger effect. You may not have the competence to understand you're incompetent. This means you need a little humility to even ask the question. You need feedback from your boss to improve your service. Don't be scared of feedback that says you need to improve. This is how we grow. Print off a customer feedback card with numbers 1 to 7 on it. Give it to your boss each Friday for a quick snapshot of your service.
Dead man.
Easy, fun. You're already looking a lot different than your peers. 82% of customers say the number one factor of great service is resolving issues quickly. Tip 2, solve any problem your boss has immediately. Your boss takes priority. Got you covered, boss, could be your motto. If your boss asks you to do something, do it. Don't put it off. Don't take an attitude. Your boss is your customer. Each of us earns our paycheck each day through great service. 55% of customers state they are willing to pay more for guaranteed experience. Your value goes up as you become predictable in your work. Conversely, 91% of unhappy customers simply leave.
And they won't tell you.
This means your boss stops caring about you. You just become a worker and not viewed as investable. No coaching, no special projects, no exposure to advancement. This is the natural consequence of poor customer service. And 71% of customers say value their time is most important in customer service. Tip 3, don't waste your boss's time. Get the assignment and get out of their office. Ask your question and move on. Respect their time. Do not abuse their good graces by talking all the time. You may have lots of thoughts, but that does not mean you get to capture all your boss's time. You are there to protect your boss's time. The more time they spend with you, the less attention they can spend on bigger business issues.
All right.
Remember, ask for feedback, solve issues quickly, and value their time. Do these 3 things and your boss will be a raving fan, and you will always be the provider of first choice. Your future can be bright if you avoid the Dunning-Kruger effect of unskilled and unaware. These are our days, Ray. I'm Coach Davis.
Okay, so I see one problem here. Okay. No.
What would that be?
What I'm talking about peer pressure, and I'm talking about, if you're, basically, I don't want to say subservient, but certainly a good help to your boss.
Right.
Then won't some people go, suck up?
Well, sure they will.